Veterans, do you know what the VA Service Connected Matrix is? In today's video, I will show you what you are entitled to at the 0, 10, 20, 30, 50, all the way up to 100%. Make sure you stick around. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne. I got a video for that Kimball, United States Army veteran and retired VA rating specialist. Today's video. What is the VA Service Connected Matrix? I'm going to share with you what you are entitled to from 0 all the way up to 100%. And you can find this information on the VA's website, and I have the link in the description section. But before we get into this information, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Also, don't forget to click the link in the description section and get signed up for my upcoming webinar where I explain what it is I do and how you can work with me. Also, I have some exciting news. Myself and another veteran has created the #1 VA claim AI software out there. With this software, you're going to be able to complete your own VA claim educational packet. I have the link in the description section also to get signed up for our beta testing, which will go live August 2025. You don't want to miss it. I will be talking about it in my upcoming live as well. Now, today's video, VA Service Connected Matrix. I'm going to take you out to the VA's website, and here it is, U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs Service Connected Matrix, okay? So they state there are additional benefits that you may be eligible for that are based on a favorable decision for VA benefit and or based on special circumstances. These are known as, okay, it talks about service connected matrix, non-service connected matrix, and circumstance matrix. I'm not going to go over the last two. I'm only going to talk about the service connected matrix. All right. Now, here we go. 0% disability rating. Now, don't be confused. When they say non-compensable, they are saying you are at 0%. Okay. So if you're 0%, you look to the right, and this is what you are entitled to. 10-point veteran preference in federal hiring. Now, we all know VBA is not currently hiring, okay? But always you want to check usajobs.gov to see if they open up any positions, any new positions, okay? No cost healthcare and prescription drugs for service-connected disabilities if income limits are met. Now, this is under VHA, Veterans I'm about to say housing, Veterans Healthcare Administration. Okay. So you have to call eligibility when it comes to income limits. They will tell you, all right, raters have nothing to do with eligibility under VHA. Travel allowance for scheduled appointments. So if you go to the VA medical center, okay, for any treatment or appointments, you can get travel pay. Now, contact travel under VHA. I know I'm going to get a lot of veterans that say, hey, well, what about this for travel? What about that? Again, raters have nothing to do with that. You have to contact travel under VHA. Commissary and exchange privileges. You're going to need that VA medical ID card. All right. Let's keep going. Compensable, 0% disability rating. Now, you may say, well, Dwayne, what's the difference? Non-compensable, compensable, you're still at 0%. Okay. It states no. In some instances, there are individuals who have separate and more than 0% service connected disabilities who are paid at the minimum 10%. All right. So if you are, let's say you have 0%, the VA rater can go ahead and grant you that 10%. Okay. And you will get paid for that 10%. That's what they are talking about here. Okay. 10% veteran preference in federal hiring, no cost healthcare, same as the 0% travel, waiver of VA funding fee for VA home loan. Okay. I do a live stream with David Piatek. His YouTube channel is VA Housing Education. This is something that he has talked about. Make sure you subscribe to his channel if you have questions about VA home loans. He's a subject matter expert. Okay. Burial and plot allowance, commissary and exchange privileges, use of commissaries. Okay. So the same as the non-compensable 0%. Okay. Service Connect disability rated at 10%. Okay. A lot of times you see veterans at 10%, especially if they have tinnitus. No cost health care for service connected disabilities. All other care may have copays. Again, they're talking about a lot of stuff so far under VHA, Veterans Healthcare Administration, prescription medications, travel allowance. Again, under VHA, waiver of VA funding fee for home loan, 10-point veteran preference, Voc Rehab. Now, this falls under VBA, but it doesn't fall under compensation. So people do ask me from time to time, Dwayne, what about Voc Rehab? I'd never worked in that department. That is a different department under VBA. You need to contact them. Okay. I don't keep up with the requirements for Voc Rehab, burial and plot allowance. And then you have the commissary and exchange privileges. Okay. Let's keep going. The 20%. Okay. No cost health care, prescription medications, travel allowance, waiver of funding fee, 10-point veteran preference, Voc Rehab, burial allowance. Okay. Pretty much the same. All right. Let's keep going. Service Connect disability rating 30 and 40%. Okay. No cost health care. Okay. Prescription medication, travel allowance, waiver of VA funding fee, 10-point veteran preference, direct hire authority, Voc Rehab, additional compensation for eligible dependents, may include aid and attendance for eligible spouses. Okay. So what they're saying there, in order to add your dependents to your award, you need a minimum of 30%. If you meet that threshold, you can also apply for aid and attendance for eligible spouses. You can find the criteria for that in the M21-1. Then you got burial, commissary, and exchange privileges. Okay, let's keep going. The 50%. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all of these that I went through between the 0 and the 40%. I'm just going to point out some what they have different going forward in each percentage. Okay. So as we look through these, let's see, what do we have that's different? Oh, concurrent receipt of military retired pay. Okay. Right there, you can see it, concurrent receipt of military retired pay. Once you are 50%, you retired from the VA, you will get your full VA pay plus your full VA compensation. Now, Raiders didn't have anything to do with this. The VSRs, veteran service representatives, they would make that or go through and do this calculation. When I worked at the VA, there was a small offset, a few bucks. I think every veteran is a little bit different, but there was offset. I don't know if they still do that or not. But if you are retired and you are 50% or above, let me know if they still have that offset or if they gave an offset to you. I remember seeing veterans, it was like 18 bucks, 20 bucks or something like that. Okay. It wasn't that much. Let's keep going. The 60%. What is different? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. We have individual unemployability. This kicks in. Dependents educational assistance. Okay. Based on unemployability. Champ VA, dental care if rated unemployable. Okay. So they have a lot of things in black here that Champ VA unemployable condition must be considered permanent. Okay. So what they're talking about is IU between the 60 and the 90%. Other things start to kick in. They start talking about IU. Now, I'm not going to go through and talk about all the ins and outs of individual unemployability. I have couple of videos on my channel where I am talking about IU. I also commentate or give a commentary on a video that the VA uploaded to their YouTube channel. because there's veterans out there thinking that they cannot work if they have or been granted IU. That is incorrect. You can work. But the thing is, they have something called marginal employment. You cannot make above the poverty threshold in certain circumstances. So if someone is telling you if you get service connected for IU, you cannot work, they are telling you a fib. They're lying to you. Okay. Make sure you get educated and you understand IU, because here's a nugget: IU is not a standalone claim. It is a claim for increase for the service connected conditions that you state prevent you from being unemployable. In that video where I'm giving commentary of where the VA is, the VA's video from their YouTube channel, this is what they're talking about. Okay, let's keep going. Anything else conversation? Nope. So they get into the dental care and dental care champ VA people. That is on the VHA, Veterans Healthcare Administration side. The Dependents Educational Assistance, that's P&T. Okay, that falls under the Education Department under VBA. All right, so it's very important that you understand these things. All right, now the big Kahuna, the 100%. Let's go through some of these. I'm gonna go through all these. All right, no cost healthcare under VHA, travel allowance under VHA, no cost dental care under VHA. Once you become 100% PNT, contact eligibility, let them know you're 100% PNT and you need to see a dentist. Okay. If it's your first time, what they're going to do, x-rays, they're going to do initial exam. I know at the Tampa VA, they reach out to veterans because I've talked to them, asked them questions. They reach out to the VA once eligibility has contacted them and say, hey, we need to schedule you to come in. All right. Waiver of VA funding fee for home loan. Don't forget David Piatek, VA Housing and Education, 10-point veteran preference and federal hiring. If you have used that, okay, let me know. And do you think it made a difference? If you don't mind sharing, Voc Rehab, additional compensation for eligible dependents. All right. Talk about aid and attendance for eligible spouses, concurrent receipt of military retired pay, uh, dependents educational assistance. Okay, that means you are P and T, must be considered permanent. Okay, now what I'm going to say about this is there are veterans out there that have a temporary 100%, maybe because they had a surgery, something under paragraph 29, paragraph 30. If you don't know what that is, guess what? Don't worry. I got a video on that. Paragraph 29, paragraph 30, temporary 100%. Okay. They may have went into some type of treatment facility for a mental health condition, or they had some type of surgery, for example, knee replacement, hip replacement, something like that, and they had a temporary 100%. Or they could have 100% and they have a routine future exam, RFE. I have a video on that. Also, I explain that in a couple of videos where I talk about age 55, what they're not supposed to do. Okay. So, again, valuable information that you need to go out on my channel, watch those videos, and get educated. Okay. So, just understand. But if you see dependents, educational assistance, they're saying that's chapter 35, and they're saying that you are permanent and total PNT, your conditions are static. Champ VA must be considered permanent. That falls under VHA, burial plot allowance. Now, what I didn't say about burial and plot allowance earlier, that falls under NCA, National Cemetery Administration. We all should know by now, and this is something I cover in my monthly webinar where I'm explaining exactly what I do. I talk about VBA, VHA, and NCA, National Cemetery Administration. They handle all the grave sites. VHA, they handle that's Veterans Healthcare Administration. They handle all the VA medical centers, outpatient clinics, vet centers. Then you have VBA. Under VBA, you have insurance, education, voc rehab, compensation. and pension. Okay. You should know this stuff by now, especially if you've been following me and you took any of my training. Okay. Then it says uniform services ID card. Okay. Now, down below, Service Connect disability rating at 100% with an additional separate 60% service connected disability rating. Statutory housebound. What is that? That is SMCS. I have videos on SMCK, SMCS, and SMCL. So, in order to be entitled to SMCS, you need one disability, one rated at 100%. Then you need other disabilities totaling 60% or higher. For example, you're service connected for PTSD at 100%. And you're also service connected for migraines at 30%, sleep apnea at 50%, tinnitus at 10%. Therefore, you are automatically entitled to housebound SMCS. So, a lot of information, a lot of good information, and it's out there on the VA's website. So don't forget that I left the description section. I'm sorry, the link in the description section below. Getting a little bit tongue tied. Okay. So VA has done an awesome job updating their website. Okay. Good information. I think I did a video on this a couple of years, maybe a year and a half, a couple of years ago, but I want to share it with you again. All right. So I hope this information was valuable. If you found it valuable, make sure you go ahead and put that fire emoji in the comment section for me. All right. With that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button. And as always, share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.